Why'd you kill these people? Clearly wasn't for their blood. We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
I cannot let you leave.
What now, you piece of filth? What's she doing at the table, though? Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this. Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something. So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And Who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
There's more to be done.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerin, what about the story of Rittik and the...
They're tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is...
Master Richard, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Not always. Could go either way. Sometimes virtue wins, sometimes villainy gets the upper hand. Still worth being good.
But why? If it doesn't mean you'll win.
Palmerin's story. Think back. A decent man attracts other good folk, makes friends he can count on. A rogue? Well, he can only count on other rogues. And who would you rather have for a friend?
A man of virtue?
I must agree. Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar? With only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher.
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this. Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's captor a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Damn it. We have to help him. Not good.
Fate of the beast has been carried by the gods. The witches and trials will go after. Witch awaited till the time was true. Then grace dance its fun. Honor! Onward!
Gotta keep it down. Get on the top.
Alas, one night, the beast its foul girth, let loose a roar against it was to give fight to the beast, its plans confound!
Show me what you
The fate of the beast has been read by the gods. Soon the wizard shall triumph against the odds. The witch awaited till the time was through. The 12 dark and sun struck the monster and through. Like a bow who leaves at the love's first birth. The Selma let our heart burn. The Selma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the wit.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Geralt the Merciful! Pikeman, see to the beast.
Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly Honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full-plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at court.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be... Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. Contract, of course, but as I said before... How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and...
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feast-goers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from him. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a...
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning...
So it seems.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently...
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon...
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in a gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best year...
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times, knights face new challenges.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places, under extraordinary circumstances. Seems them...
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which...
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the...
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
Honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the laity of the... In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be... At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor...
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize...
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a...
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can all...
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens.
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced...
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down...
Damien! To me something so obvious. De Peyrac Perrin, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team.
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn...
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a... Your Grace, we need to find Milton.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the Hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy...
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivity. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Horses! Ready our horses! Your Grace!
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. All right! Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Your Grace seems right at home in a saddle.
Like the wind! Clear a path! Clear the way, I said!
They see it.
It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option, but time is of the essence. On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It turns around, over there, look.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Garrett. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it. The golden fish and the horn both contain pins or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
If one were to call a state courageous or cowardly, what other part of the state would one have in mind?
But this is no true unicorn.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey, folks. Gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Damn it. Come on. Stay calm. Shh. Calm down. Easy now.
Well, that's hardly fair.
Flagrant cheating is what it is! Sirs, we must teach this scamp some proper sportsmanship.
Listen, I didn't break any rules.
True, he won fair and square.
We were unlucky, that's all. We must try to grab the next clue.
Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback.
Unworthy. Entirely inappropriate behavior. A complete collapse of social norms.
Oh!
Should be easy to spot once I'm under.
What the blazes?
Did someone just dive in the water? Perhaps that's the way to do it.
Sure, if you're a peasant.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavily coursed of trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
A key.
What stretch?
He's ruined the game!
Disgraceful.
A fruitful hunt to you, Witcher.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
Mice and cheese. Palace pantry, maybe?
No. The hare is obliged to hide here in the gardens. Look, if we take Rome, hollow it out and fill it with ease. The letters, that is. We get green. Then mouse, but starting with what heads heart cheese. Why, it's greenhouse!
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks, and the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go. Wait here.
What the butch?
What was that?
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm.
Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Not here to talk about me.
Yet that is exactly what we are doing. So, did they send you after me? Who are they?
What do you mean, they? Duchess hired me. You've been murdering her subjects.
Is it as simple as that? I would ask you to convey to the Duchess that I've but one victim left, but you'll not get the chance.
Kill again.
You were to stay where you were. Regenerate!
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself!
No, he's my friend.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear. Having been rather folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened, it was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Miraculous regeneration. How'd you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
So you being here, it's no coincidence?
Your powers of deduction seem to have waned not one bit. I'm happy. I came here for Detlef. I fear he's become entangled, landed himself in serious trouble.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Detlef is... how would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Detlef is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposed...
It fell to Detlef, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once, in the street, had offered Detlef an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Detlef found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter, regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Detlef's trump. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him immensely.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Detlef doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend.
Suggesting he's maladjusted, inventing his
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time?
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to...
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence...
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I'd prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same.
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his...
We must allow the Witcher to ply his trade.
Long live Duchess Anna Henrietta!
Sir! Sir! A letter for you, sir!
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir.
Here. And they...
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly...
Dearest.
I suspect weighty affairs, rather than merely the wine festival, have drawn you to Toussaint. I recently came across the mention of one Professor Moreau, a scholar, though the details are rather murky, as is the location of the scholar's laboratory. His journal could... I enclose a map I found in the book I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I felt this matter could prove of some importance to you. Thus I dispatched this letter without delay. Whatever you decide, please take exceedingly good care of yourself. Your Yen.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations.
Ooh!
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and rot in chains.
Loch Selavi. Might be worth looking into. Nice tune.
Wine council,
no half-hearted measure.
Please disperse! The
What's this about?
Oh, Lapiota, give me strength. I can't bear this, please! I believe I've been... Oh, wait! Are you not that famous witch, Geralt of Rivia?
Saw your notice.
The matter is a delicate one, but mind you, I pay well.
The statue. Just tell me, what's the problem?
A picture's worth 1,000 words. More, I did... Here it is! Our pride and joy, Reginald Daubrey. How should I put this?
Somebody stole the testicles off a statue.
No ordinary statue, mind you. The sole monument made using a cast of the great Reginald's sprung directly from his loins, they grant all who stroke them unparalleled. Thus, you must retrieve those...
Got my attention. Now tell me about this Reg...
There's so much to tell. Legend has it he... In particular, Reginald took great pains to devise escape routes for lovers. He later made frequent use of them himself. Not out of fear, mind you, but to avoid
Got any suspect?
Considering the vast potency of Reginald's prized pouch.
Any idea when the theft took place?
It must have been mere hours ago. I guided the last group.
Need to look around. Might find a clue.
Do what you must, as long as you return grasping Reginald's stones. With... Don't worry, Reginald, don't worry. You shall be whole again soon.
Saw marks are straight and clean. Precision castration, I'd call this.
It will all work out.
Dried bloodstain.
Don't worry, Reginald, don't worry. You shall be whole again.
Piece of coat fabric caught on the nail. Heavy on cologne. Smell it'll lead me to the thief. Diamond saw blade. Perpetrator's tool.
It will all work.
Scent leads to this door. Ooh. Sorry to interrupt, I guess.
This is not what it seems. Word of honor. I tripped, rolled, tumbled, and landed where she already lay.
Psst! Hughes! That's not him!
I swear, this is all an unfortunate coincidence. A series there.
That's not my husband.
You mean, not your husband? Who are you? And why are you in my home? Out! Now!
Calm down. Just here to talk.
I believe we have nothing to talk about.
Oh, we do. We do. Just to kick things off, you're in great form for a man your age.
I eat well, start the day with a glass of wine. That preserves the body wonderfully.
Interesting. Might try it. Say.
Everyone in the city's heard of it.
Cut the bullshit, Hughes. You stole Reginald's testicles. Know that already.
I can explain.
Rosalinda, I know you're in there. You and that fancy pants of yours.
Oh no, not him too. This really is not my day.
Got you, you rogue! Prepare for a shellacking scab. Rosalinda, one I could forgive you, but two at one time!
Wait, got nothing to do with this.
Take me for a fool? I'll teach you to...
Got no time for this. Go home.
Yes.
I don't know you, but that would have gone horribly for me.
Mm-hmm. So...
Rosalinda. All right. I admit and you will never believe it, but they work.
3 times? Impressive.
Isn't it? At my age. That's more than...
All the same, you stole those stones.
Listen, perhaps we... Let me keep the stones. I'll pay you. Grant me this, I beg you. They...
Perhaps I could lend them to you. For 1 more day. What would you say to that?
A day is 3 more romps at the least.
I'm back.
Shh, shh. Not so loud. You'll wake
Wake who? Rosalinda?
Louisa, her cousin. She's for... What's it matter that the spirit is willing when the flesh is Here, you must take the testes, and Lebioda grant you strength.
It's worth less than mine.
Well, have you recovered Reginald's family jewels?
Yep, got them back.
Lepioda's luscious lips, it's them! It's really them! I hope they... And look in on us tomorrow for the grand reopening. You shall stroke Reginald at no...
Long live her grace! 3 cheers for...
Faster.
What's going on there?
You could make yourself useful.
Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
Regis!
Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way in around here. Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out, but Bruxa had taken an interest in it.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampires. There's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, but the very act of contacting this being Well, it's akin to walking a slack line, an exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornament...
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually... You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here. Guests who owe their hosts,
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered.
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Detlef. To remind him of...
The hand. What do you plan to...
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to
He did prove it. Just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became... It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use...
How's it work? We need any special...
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name. Resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into... This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture...
Any chance we might see what Detlef was doing just before he lost...
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Detlef.
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Detlef's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobes...
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. There's mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some...
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than us. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter.
Not really in the mood for your concoctions. Especially given how they make you say things you'd rather keep to yourself. Remember...
Geralt of Rivia, do I detect a guilty conscience? Word is, only those ashamed of it.
Not about to fall for that. Forget it. Need a nap.
Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around. Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before...
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place...
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote...
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper...
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures.
What exactly did they...
The area around the estate. It's...
Spoons. Know anything else about...
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such...
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to...
Textbook.
Sorry, Geralt. I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched... What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct. And a curse.
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please...
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its sal...
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So...
Yes, till later.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Move it!
Dressings, bandages.
What's that about?
The dressings, bandages. Where did I put them?
Forget it. Bandages won't do.
What? Oh, but...
Breathed his last then. Bled to death. Legs broken. Femoral...
Gods.
What happened here exactly?
I was rolling through, fully loaded, when I heard screams. This one crawled towards the road.
Stand and step away from him.
What? Me? But what is your grief?
Don't make me say it again. That's good advice.
Will you tell me what it is you seek?
Needed to see if you were lying. You'd be covered in blood if you dealt those wounds. Just got it on your hands, though. So...
Who might you...
A witcher.
Oh.
See what we have here. Legs broken, but cause of... either a thrust weapon or a thick claw. Breastplate's unusual.
An antiquity, I believe. I deal in these things, so... what's puzzling?
Not likely to learn that from him. Now to figure out where he came from. From that house, I'm assuming, but need to investigate. Got some work to do, so...
Wait, I will come with you.
Gotta be kidding. This isn't a garden romp. Whatever killed him's damn dangerous
and it might still prowl the area, so if it's all...
so be it. Trail leads to the house on the hill.
Which stands silent as a grave.
Must have been here he broke his legs. Fell while climbing over the wall. Trying to leave the property, probably. After he didn't manage to open the gate. Clearly been jostled, though. Something tried to get out.
The very thought sends a cold wind down my back.
Damn it.
Good gods!
Burned alive. Really high temperature at work here.
Lepiota, thou art my defender and protector. Thou bringest good news.
Servant. Stabbed to death. Over a dozen blows with a sharp object. Some post-mortem.
I cannot believe this the work of a man. It was a monster, to be sure.
Silver tableware. Elven engravings. Torso punctured with great force. Blow pierced hardened steel. Man on the high road. The breastplate was identical. Throats massacred. One mighty blow. Shield along sides old and dented. Sword ceremonial. And Shay handiwork clearly. Ceremonial bowls. For little sacrifices?
Of what? Please, do not say humans.
Burn marks. Something catch fire? Explode? Strong stench. Multiple wounds on the body. All puncture wounds, but hard to tell what caused them. Victim's human, but the attire's elven.
Are you certain? How did he come by it? We've so few non-humans in Tucson.
Fled, then dropped to the ground to douse the flames. Didn't manage. Burnt smells growing fainter. Might have been another luckier soul managed to flee.
Perhaps there's no one inside after...
I know you're in there. Breathing's loud and clear. Open up. We mean you no harm.
They remain there?
Listen, I'm a witcher. I'm here to help you. But if that's gonna happen, you gotta... You mentioned them. Who do you mean?
Those, I don't know what they were. We were staging a scene. The death of paying homage. There was a flash of light. The blood. I broke and ran, threw off my doublet. They pounded on the door. I thought they would get through. I thought I was...
Who are you
Durant Faucher Plamonton de Safaran. We meet here annually to mark the anniversary of the Elfin Homage.
So while reenacting a scene from the past, somehow...
What?
Best thing? You gotta do it again, of course.
Are you mad? Would you have this thing?
No, don't want it to kill anyone. Precisely why I gotta do my job. Summon it again, whatever it is, and tend to it once and for all. Durant.
It was a great, momentous event. The surrender...
Damn it. Can't risk. Can't...
Master? If what you say is true, then I was the cause of this.
Gods have us in there.
Let's get to work. Start by clearing the corpses. Got some time. Won't start the reenactment. One last thing, though. My pay.
Understood. Just keep the... I will stand, or rather, sit in for King Ludwig upon the elfin throne, while you, Witcher, will play the
The Vethaf, the elven king, hosted Ludovic in his own palace. Vethaf laid at Ludovic's feet a loaf of binnen and elfin bread, thus granting humans rule over seed-yielding lands. The Vethaf filled the ornate ceremonial bowls with elven. At long last, the elfin king grasped his sword and shield, thus symbolically passing command of his armies to humans. Elfin king, erect in his pride, drew his blade, Ludovic, then sped.
I accept your allegiance and shall return in...
Ah! Look! Look! The statues!
Impossible! God's mother!
The king of the Wild Hunt sailed aboard the Naglfar, a giant longship that traveled between worlds. As Gels had advised, the Witcher set out to find the Sunstone, an artifact needed to draw Eredin into a trap.
Živé laid at Ludovic's feet a loaf of Binnen and elven bread, thus granting humans rule over seat-yielding lands. Živé filled the orn. At long last, the elfin king grasped his sword and shield, thus symbolically passing command. His armies to humans. The elven king, erect in his pride, drew his blade and dropped to his knee. Ludovic then spake.
I accept your allegiance and shall return in 1 year's time to...
Ah! Look! Look! The statues!
Impossible! God's mother!
The king of the Wild Hunt sailed aboard the Naglfar, a giant longship that traveled between worlds. As Gels had advised, the Witcher set out to find the Sunstone, an artifact needed to draw Eredin into a trap.
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though?